Do you think that 2027 elections might be different from 2023 elections, or you think the politicians will hijack it again?
Yorubas have a proverb. They say, bí ọjọ́ ṣe máa rí, àárọ̀ láti mọ̀. How the day would progress or turn out will be predicted by the morning. Anybody waiting until 2027 has already lost 2027.
Hello and what's up, guys? In this video we need to talk about something serious. 2027 elections. Some people are hoping it will be different from 2023, but let's be honest, will it, or will the politician hijack it again? These were the words of Dele Farutimi in response to Arise TV journalist Rufai Oseni's interview, and he didn't hold back. He made it clear, if you are waiting for 2027 to fix things, you have already lost 2027. The Nigerian voice must be heard. Our vote must count. But right now, there is no assurance, no real protection for our electoral rights. Let's break it down. If there is no clear law ensuring that result must be transmitted directly from BVAS to IREF, if there is no independent candidacy to remove the money-driven delegate system, and if there is no diaspora voting, then what are we really doing? It is already a failed process before it even starts. Look at Edo State. Wike's own cousin or someone closely connected to him was in charge of the election as the resident electoral commissioner. So tell me, what kind of result were you expecting? Fair and free elections? Let the vote count first before we start talking about mergers and coalitions. And let's be real, politicians are already united. They know how to protect themselves. It is the people who need to unite, not these so-called grand coalitions that won't change anything without electoral reform. So any hype about 2027 without fixing the system, zero. Tinubu will win hands down and nothing will happen. Let's stop deceiving ourselves in this country, Nigeria. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I am talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
Do you think that 2027 elections might be different from 2023 elections, or you think the politicians will hijack it again?
Yorubas have a proverb. They say, bí ọjọ́ ṣe máa rí, àárọ̀ láti mọ̀. How the day would progress or turn out will be predicted by the morning. Anybody waiting until 2027 has already lost 2027. It is critical that the Nigerian voice must be heard. It is critical that our votes must count. In the absence of an assurance of the sanctity of our electoral rights, in the absence of a clear and unambiguous statement in law that makes it clear that there must be clear transmission of results from BVAS to IREF, that there must be independent candidacy to take away the monetized delegate system, and that there must be diaspora voting. In the absence of a democratization of the process of election itself, it's a waste of time. You already have a situation where Wike's cousin, or was it his nominee, his former, somebody connected to him was the one conducting elections in Edo State as the resident electoral commissioner. What do you expect? What kind of result are you expecting? Let the vote count. When we've done that, we can start talking about all these grand coalitions. I don't believe in any one of those fraudulent platforms. It is the people themselves we need to be uniting, not politicians. Politicians are already united.
Any merger, any coalition, any conversation, any political submission, arithmetic and mathematics that does not start from qualitative input into the current electoral system and ensuring that we have a reform that is truly democratic and makes INEC truly independent and accountable to a system that will make elections in this country better than it was conducted in last election would be a waste of time and exercise in futility. Because I am seeing that Nigerians have moved away from conversations around helping to ensure that we have quality elections to thinking that there are calibers of people that can be on the ballot and something very magical will happen. And I've said it with all due respect to my Christian faith, and this is said in the height of humility, with respect to the faith I belong to. I'm not blaspheming. If Jesus the Christ was on the ballot in 23 general elections, Tinubu would have still rigged the election. It was that bad because all the machineries, all the systems, everything that were in place in that last election were geared towards helping Tinubu rig the election. And look at it. When CBN and some members of the Buhari's government wanted to ensure that Tinubu did not win the election, with all of the Naira issues and all of the, you heard Tinubu complain that a lot of the things that they were doing with the Naira and all of was against him. He knew, right? The people that came to Tinubu's rescue were INEC and the current NNPC. Of course, don't ask me how, but that is what it is. INEC and NNPC. That's why till today, these two parastatals of government are yet to have any form of overhaul done as Tinubu has done in all of other parastatals of government. So Tinubu knew that he survived that election. He survived the trauma of that elections only because he had NNPC and INEC within his confines. And right now, the same elections that we are going to go and check, he has kept on that thing. He knows what he is doing. With all of the attendant conversations around the failures of NNPC to have done what we're supposed to have done, you saw what Tinubu has done with NNPC in this government. It is deliberate. So if you think that there is anything, because I go on X, formerly Twitter, and I see a new hype, and I appreciate the fact that Nigerians are again reoccurring the need for us to sack this government. And I like the fact that so many Nigerians are still holding on to faith, that thinking that something magical will happen, and then there's and I look at it and I laugh. You think that the Tinubu that ran the 2023 elections will be the same Tinubu that run the 2027 elections? You are just joking. And that is why he's taking so much effort. Look at what he's doing in the National Assembly. Buying over legislators and lawmakers. It is a deliberate attempt. The people that are supposed to stand to begin to oppose the current electoral system impute a new agenda for electoral reform. This is 2025, and we are not discussing electoral reforms already. Except these measures will not lead to a way where they can begin to now have conversations around what to look at in the electoral system, then I can understand. If all of these discussions, analogy, whether it's SDP and Labour Party, see, I don't care to know. I'm telling you, even if Peter Obi is on the ballot, there's a Peter Obi from the north and Peter Obi from the south, and two of them comes, and the PDP Atiku decide not to run, and then you run in that election. You go to 27 elections without a proper electoral reform. With voters, it's painful, sha. They pay me. If you check the off calendar election that has happened in Nigeria, look at Imo, look at Bayelsa, look at Kogi, look at Edo, you understand clearly that there is a pattern, and the pattern is ensuring that INEC continue to evade quality, credibility, fairness, integrity in elections. And they continue to use technology to manipulate elections. And they continue to use men. And in all of this, that very, very cynical with the Edo system, the APC guys were the one that they can explain what happened in the election. And they cannot explain what happened in the election. Because for them, they were just only going to be available as an institution. The people that were in the election were the APC guys who are in government today, and they were the one that decided what happened. We did not hear that in the other coalition center in Urokpotao that they came to tell them, police came to tell INEC that they had intel that boys are coming So they say police get to tell INEC that they have intel that boys are coming to attack the collation center, that they should move away from the police. So over 35,000 police officers were deployed to Edo State for that election, and over 70% of that were situated in Benin. Urobota Hall, 2 minutes away. It was 2 minutes. 10 seconds away from the Oba Palace, the heart of Benin. Police was telling INEC officials they should move. I'm telling you, in this same situation, there were soldiers already also around. I was told that the soldiers were saying, but we are here. Are they coming to attack us? They said, that's how INEC and police moved everything to vehicle, and they were roving around Benin until they drove into INEC office. I know, when we said that election was a mirage, or was and people say because we are partisan, oh, because you had a candidate. Well, excuse me, who takes a coalition center from a very strong, secured environment into INEC office to one manipulate? It's unfortunate. And then we are discussing now to say that, see, forget about 2027 except to do the right thing. There was some of you are thinking, no wahala, we go there here. That's the fairest thing to say, we go there here. Because when they think say na mathematics, na candidate or article and say fact. Tinubu will flog anybody. And see, let me tell you, if Sheyi Tinubu's son and Oluremi Tinubu's wife decides to betray Tinubu and they go ahead and contest against Tinubu in 2027 generation, Tinubu will still deal with them. You think this one is a Democrat? You think this one is talking about elections? But he concern you. He doesn't care about the people. You see what he does? He does what he likes because he knows when to forget about it. He will mess everybody off. Like what put Nelson Mandela on the ballot. This is not by ballot. It is not people now want to make election work. We have a situated problem with the electoral reforms. INEC is still going away with a lot of things. You saw the justices where they are not distinguished. You see their judgment is from the Supreme Court. You heard them. You go out. See, some of you need to go back to remove sentiment and emotions. Go back to those tapes and play them. Go and listen to what these men said. INEC is evasive. It's a deliberate attempt to put ambiguity in our electoral laws and give INEC. How can we say that we are going to an election with beavers and RF? At the end of the day, INEC decides to remove beavers and RF in their system of collation and result announcement, and then the court is saying that INEC deserves the right that beavers and RF are not collation centers. They are supposed to be transmission. If INEC cannot transmit anything, then you want to see go to another election with that same idea. You think it's by numbers. You want to contest the numbers that Tinubu used in losing the elections. Because you are seeing 1 or 2 persons shouting Jagaban, you think that people are really voting, you want to go and convince them. Make una dey play for Nigeria. Bless una dey deceive una say una dey play.